Hey there, LEGO fans, and welcome to another episode. I am really excited. If you've seen a lot of my videos, you know that anything space and NASA just drives me crazy. And, you know, here's another one. So, for those of you who recall, I built the shuttle a few years ago, and I did it live, and it was, a great success. Really loved it, really enjoyed it, the interactions with everyone who was watching live. And now, LEGO has released the Shuttle Carrier aircraft. A Boeing aircraft used to transport the Space Shuttle from Houston to Cape Canaveral, right? And I have to say, I absolutely love this. And I've been waiting for something like this for two reasons. One, I think it's a really cool setup, a really cool technology, even for the 1970s. And it lasted for a very long time, right? But not only that, I've also been waiting for LEGO to put out an airline. And they kind of do it with this, because I wanted an actual, pretty good scale Lego airplane, and now I get to have it. So this is really cool. So, Lego icons, typical black icon box. And of course, as usual, the back, you get the scale, the schematic with all the measurements. And then you also get, to look at how it all comes apart and how it's all put together. That's really cool. So, this is a typical display case, display set, so there is really no playability unless you're a child at heart, like myself. There are no minifigures for this. We are looking at 2,417 pieces, and it came at $229, so slightly under 10 cents per piece. So if you're in the US, we're usually looking for sets to be priced around 10 cents per piece. If you go a little lower than that, count it a bonus, but sometimes depending on licensing and, new pieces that they have to add, sometimes it goes over 10 cents per piece. But that's right around what we're looking at, and at $229 for this set, and with 2,400 plus pieces, you're looking, just below that, and that's pretty cool, normal. If you are a LEGO insider, of course, you can throw some of your points at this and get it cheaper. I tend to save my points until something big is coming out, very much like I did with the Eiffel Tower. I saved up my points, got the Eiffel Tower, and I knew people who work in places, and therefore got another 40% off. So I did very well on the Eiffel Tower. So this is really, but I'm really excited to start this. So let's see what's in here. So as always, I have my seal pup. Now, I love the fact that this box is taped, right? So it's not one of those tabs that you gotta sort of kind of remove them. And honestly, I've seen this box open two different ways, but I'm gonna keep. Okay, so this is a regular box. I've seen other people open the box from the top, and I thought that was really cool. I thought that's what this was gonna be. All right, so we're looking at 16 bags. And 2 instruction books. Obviously, number 1 for the shuttle itself, number 2 for the carrier. So, let's see, we're looking at in here. Looks like 139 steps of instructions. And the cool thing is, typical of Lego, you get a multilingual information page, some more information. This is really cool. And then as you build, you get not only the instructions, but also some little trivia about the Enterprise, which was built to perform atmospheric test flights after being launched from the SEA, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And then on the next book, you get another another 560 steps for instructions, and an additional 47 for the stand. So without further ado, I say, let's get going. Here's the finished product, and all I can say is wow. I mean, this is this is a great set. This is an awesome set. I really like this set. But let's start the review first with the shuttle. Okay. This is actually one of many Lego space shuttles, right? So Lego's been producing space shuttles for quite a while. For instance, there is this one. Don't drop it, don't break it. This is a city set from several years ago. I remember getting this in the early 2000s, was it the early 2000s? I think it was about 2014, 2015 when I got this, and I got it at Barnes & Noble just as it was, discontinued. So I got it at a discount, and I've had it ever since. As far as size goes, this one is bigger. That was the brake breaker dropping. And then there's also this, which is part of the Women of NASA set, the Lego Ideas set. And then, of course, here's another one from a Lego Ideas set. This one is from the International Space Station, which I built years ago. So they've had it in several different sizes. And of course, more recently, just about 2 years ago, there was the big giant Space Shuttle, which was, pretty big and included the anyway, so there's also the large Space Shuttle set, which I built as a live video, and that's the one with the Hubble Space Telescope in it. So there've been several different space shuttles that Lego's put out. Some are more colorful than others. I think every few years the city does one, or there's a themed one with, anyway, there's been so many. Another most recent one has been the Lego Ideas Evolution of STEM. It includes a space shuttle, and it's actually smaller than this one, which is actually pretty cool. So as you can see, there have been so many. However, what makes this one special is, let's set these aside. What makes this one special is that this is actually two designs in one, right? So as you can see, because this has to go on the shuttle carrier aircraft, usually they would wrap the engines and to make it more aerodynamic. So you have that here. But when you open this, you can actually remove this, set it aside, and on the inside, so on the inside, you have the 3 exhausts and you have the 3 wheels, right? So you can take those apart. Well, not so much take them apart as all right, so now we have wheels and engines, you know, and it's ready for taxiing. So that's essentially it. One critique about this, I mean, I love the fact that they made the nose buildable, pretty cool, but I don't like these. As you can tell, these have studs. And I figure if you're going to go with a snot technique, then, you know, just go with a snot technique, right? So what I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm going to add the two by one slates to each side and cheese wedges to each side, and that will essentially make it more aerodynamic and remove the studs at the very top. The studs on the wings I don't mind, because I like someone to see the set and know that it's Lego, right? So leave the studs alone, but at the very top I don't like the design, so I'm going to change it a little bit. Okay. So we can set this aside, and now this. So I think I can say for most adults today and most kids today, we are all fascinated with the idea, or fascinated by, wow, English language, fascinated by the idea of an airplane in flight, something so heavy being able to take off. And the science itself is fascinating. As a toy, airplanes are pretty cool. This is right up there with them. I mean, this is, I'm looking forward to people, other AFOLs redesigning this to make it specific airlines, right? Because all you have to do with this is remove the stands for the shuttle and change the stickers, and you have a different airline. I can see people adding this to different, you know, making this a different airline. It would be very, very easy to do. This is so cool. This is the, I don't even know what to say about this. This, you know, typical of things this size, Lego would put in, you know, movable pieces. And the movable piece here is, of course, the landing gear. And once you, there's a little gear down here right in front of the wings, and when you turn them, it drops the landing gear, and now you can set it down and it'll, you know, stay still, just like that. And primarily this is a display case. This is a display set, but I think the playability of this is really, really high. The only thing I would say is, look, I'm an AFOL. When people come over and say, can my kids play with your Lego? I'm very reluctant. And you kind of have to be with this. Grab it, see it, but the engines are very delicate and they're not very, very secure. They come off very, very easily. And I can see that, you know, if somebody drops this is very well put together. It's pretty solid, but if somebody drops it, they're definitely going to break something. And it's not just going to be pieces coming off. It's going to be pieces breaking. So be very careful with this. All right. But other than that, man, this is... Come on. All right, here we go. And the landing gear is back. My other critique of this set is the way they put together the stand. It's not very secure. You actually have to fit the stand between the wheels, and it doesn't really attach. Right, you fit it between the wheels, and then it stays. So as long as it's sitting still, it's fine, but doesn't really attach. Not like the Concorde. The Concorde actually had a hole in the bottom where the stand fits in and stays that way, and the same thing for the Shuttle. And I keep pointing up there because in front of me are bookshelves, and on top of the bookshelves are my Concorde and the Space Shuttle. So, but this is essentially it. I absolutely love this. The build came with stickers, lots of stickers. So all the stickers. So that's my third critique. All the stickers are clear stickers, so you really can't tell where. You have to be very careful in order to see where you're placing the stickers, and the stickers are pretty much the size of the bricks, right? So all clear stickers, and try not to make a mistake. I made a mistake with one of the stickers because I wasn't paying attention. I was rushing, and as you can see, that number is upside down. Now, I did some research. I was wondering why 376 was a thing, but apparently when this aircraft was debuted at an air show when it first came out, the air show exhibition number for this aircraft was 376. So a lot of pictures came out with a 376 on it. But since then, when it flies in operation, the 376 isn't there. So I'm actually going to take out that piece and replace it because it's not all that important to have. I mean, it's cool for it to be there, but whatever, I'm going to take it off. But other than that, that's just it. 3 critiques. You know, they could have, beyond the critique, let's set that aside. Beyond my critiques, I think this is a great set. And price per piece, we're right around 10 cents, which is great. And for what it is, I think the price is pretty bang on. It seems like Lego has settled at $229 US for the past few years for their larger sets. Still a pretty penny, so I don't have too many larger sets, but once in a while you get one, and it's, you know, it's pretty cool. Or if you're lucky like me, you get this as a gift. I got this as a gift because someone loves me. So this is it. It's pretty, I mean, I absolutely love this. Let's put this back. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching. This has been a great build, and looking forward to the next build as always. So do stick around, like, subscribe, hit the bell so that you don't miss any videos that we put up, and stay tuned for more. We have so many sets that we still need to build. What do I have here? Oh yeah, yeah, I have architecture sets that still need to be built. I have the Milky Way that needs to be built, and I recently received this, which is not a Lego set. It's a brick set, but it's not a Lego set. And yeah, I don't even know which brand this is, but it's Christ the Redeemer. I know it's a gift from my boss, so I'll be building that very soon. I absolutely love this because it's so thoughtful. So there's so many other sets that we need to build, so do stick around. And as always, no matter where you are, no matter what you do,